Aging used to be blamed on bad luck, bad genes, or maybe the fact that someone ate bacon with every meal until the age of 94 and you didn't. But now we know that chronic, low-grade inflammation plays a starring role in the aging process, and it even has its own ominous nickname, inflammaging. It's not the kind of fiery inflammation you'd get from a sprained ankle or a bee sting. It's a persistent smolder, like a campfire that never quite goes out. And this slow burn, scientists say, is a major driver of heart disease, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and even certain cancers as we get older. The obvious culprits are familiar: processed foods, excess sugar, sedentary lifestyles, chronic stress, environmental toxins. But here's the plot twist. Even too many good nutrients, especially in supplement form, might be throwing fuel on the inflammaging fire. Yes, in the great nutritional plot twist of the 21st century, we've learned that you can in fact be too well nourished, at least in the wrong way. You might think more vitamins and minerals equal more antioxidant protection, better cell repair, and a supercharged immune system. But in reality, nutrient overload can sometimes tip the scales in the wrong direction, especially when it comes to aging. Certain nutrients, when taken in excess, don't just saturate your tissues. They change how your immune cells behave, how your genes express themselves, and how your inflammatory pathways fire over time. Take vitamin B3, niacin, again. In high doses, it's known to raise HDL cholesterol and support NAD+ production, which is linked to cellular energy and longevity. Sounds perfect for aging, right? But some niacin metabolites, especially for pyridone 3-carboxamide for PY, have been found to accumulate with age and act as pro-inflammatory agents, especially in the vasculature. What begins as a helpful coenzyme quietly morphs into a backdoor saboteur, potentially contributing to endothelial dysfunction and arterial plaque formation, particularly in older adults with slower metabolic clearance. Or consider folic acid, the synthetic form of folate found in many fortified foods and supplements. It's vital for DNA synthesis and repair, and it prevents neural tube defects. But when intake exceeds the body's ability to convert it into active forms, you wind up with unmetabolized folic acid in circulation, which has been associated with immune dysfunction and possibly even increased cancer risk, especially in older adults who may already have a sluggish methylation cycle. It's the nutritional equivalent of trying to flood a dry lawn with a fire hose. Helpful in theory, messy in execution. Even vitamin E, long championed as a powerful antioxidant, has shown pro-oxidant behavior at high doses in some studies. In older individuals, this can translate into an impaired immune response, more oxidative stress, and, paradoxically, increased mortality risk. Meanwhile, iron, an essential mineral, can wreak absolute havoc when oversupplied, especially in postmenopausal women and older men who no longer lose iron through menstruation. Excess iron fuels free radical production, contributing to the very oxidative damage we're all trying to avoid as we age. And here's the kicker. Aging itself alters how we absorb, metabolize, and excrete nutrients. The kidneys don't filter quite as well. The liver becomes a bit more sluggish. The gut gets picky. The immune system, now operating more like a half-retired security guard, reacts differently to signals, sometimes overreacting to mild threats, sometimes ignoring serious ones. So while that multivitamin may have worked wonders at 35, it might not be such a gift at 70, especially if it includes megadoses of fat-soluble vitamins or redundant B complexes stacked across multiple fortified foods. This isn't to say that supplementation is inherently bad for aging. Far from it. Many older adults are deficient in key nutrients like vitamin D, B12, magnesium, and omega-3s, and repleting those can support everything from cognition to immunity. But the assumption that more is always better? That's not science. That's marketing with a side of magical thinking. What we need is a shift in mindset, not from deficiency to excess, but from excess to balance. Aging well isn't about nuking your system with nutrients. It's about giving your cells just what they need, in forms they recognize, at doses that support homeostasis rather than override it. It's about respecting the body's complexity, not drowning it in capsules because your cereal says it's heart healthy and your gummy vitamins claim to boost cellular brilliance. Inflammaging is real, and yes, it's fueled by all the usual suspects: poor diet, pollution, stress, and sleep deprivation. But it can also be fed, subtly, quietly, and over time, by the very supplements and fortified foods we reach for in the name of prevention. The line between longevity support and metabolic overload is thin, and often invisible until things go sideways. So the next time you're considering a new supplement stack for healthy aging, pause and ask, is this helping my body maintain balance? Or am I unknowingly stoking the flames of inflammaging with well-intentioned overkill? Because sometimes the secret to aging gracefully isn't in what you add, it's in what you stop overdoing.